Hello folks, and welcome back to the wild, and this is the last leg of my Madeiran drone adventures. But this isn't filmed in Madeira because I didn't have time when I was in Madeira because I was out gallivanting in the world. This is actually back in my home Scotland. Sorry, I love saying it like that. I'm back in Scotland and I'm just going to film it from here, my last leg of the northeast of Madeira. So from my last Airbnb in the north middle part of the mountains of Madeira, I moved to the northeast near Santana, or Freewell is actually where I was staying. And I had better access to the bigger mountains in Madeira, which is Pico Arieiro and Pico Ruivo. I hope I've said that right. I would normally check on my phone, but I don't have any service right now. So that's where I went anyway, and it was stunning. But before I got to the mountains, I stopped on the way and did some seascape photography and filmography from above, which was incredible and really beautiful. So here is my sea footage. I was brave, I did it, I flew over the sea. Enjoy. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that beautiful waves and ocean and sea, which is just amazing. And that was my first time ever flying over the ocean with my drone. I just had the confidence of an ox and I was like, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna do this. And I did it. So it was fine. I was nervous, but I thought, let's try it. Why not? And I think what I'm starting to love about the aerial photography, especially things like over the sea, it's normally unobtainable, unachievable for us mere mortals who are not in space or a satellite viewing the world from above. And it's so nice to have that at your fingertips, to be able to see the world from a different perspective, like the ocean, like patterns from waves, and just seeing that grand scale of life. I'm loving it because I love macro photography from seeing the details close up, but I'm also really enjoying the wider, bigger landscapes to see as well, and it's been fantastic. So this now leads me on to the mountains, and about 45-minute drive away from my Airbnb, which was like 45-minute uphill the whole way of my engine going because it was so hilly, or mountainous I should say, and so steep. I'm really happy I actually had an automatic vehicle for this trip. It was really good. Just top tip out there. So yes, after my 45 minutes up, and the reason why I went 45 minutes up was because I had a hunch, and I always have this hunch. I don't know what it is. I have a skill in life where I can predict very good weather conditions. This happened, I didn't fail, I did it again, and I had a hunch and it happened. And on the way up, I went through the clouds, into the fog, into the mist. And I went up and I carried on up and I was like, "Whoa, it's gonna be a cloud inversion." And I got up and I kept going up, and it was, guys, it was a cloud inversion, and like the heavens opened right in front of me. And I will show you some footage from my other vlog, which I did capture from my vehicle with my camera set up on the tripod. But the clouds opened and it was like, ha ha ha, I was in heaven for that moment, and it was beautiful. So yeah, I was so happy. And little did I know, dear old Victoria here was about to have one of 3 days in a row of cloud inversions. So this is number one at Pico Arieiro. I hope I've said that right. And it was amazing. But just on a top tip for this, if you are going to Pico Arieiro, there is a globe Ministry of Defence building thing on the top, which you can't fly around there. There was someone else flying near the famous mountain bit up there, but I decided to go down a bit more. So I scouted out the top, had a look, did a walk around, a bit too busy for my liking. So I came down a bit, away from the Ministry of Defence, away from other people, back to myself and my hermit ways. And I was fine. It was beautiful. Perfectly fine where I was stood and what I could see. And I'll show you all this now. And I hope you enjoy it. Have fun. So I hope you enjoyed that footage of that wonderful cloud inversion, and it was stunning, a beautiful place to stand, and it just kept getting better and better and better. I loved it. And this brings me now to the next mountain, which was the next day. I went to Pico di Ruivo, I don't know. Anyway, I'll put the spelling below. But this was about 30 minutes from my Airbnb, which was fine. Again, it was like going up. And fun fact, like I left with half a tank of fuel, and it predicted like 350 kilometers or something like that. And this drive wasn't that long. It was like maybe 30 kilometers, something like that. But on the way up, like the gauge for the fuel prediction just kept dropping and dropping and dropping, because it was just like revving the whole way up, and I was like, oh dear. But obviously on the way back down it refreshed, but it did make me laugh because I was like, am I gonna make this? But anyway, when I got up there, you have a lovely place to park once you're up there. This spot is free compared to Pico Arieiro, and there's a bit of a hike. It's like maybe I think 3 miles there and back, maybe a bit more, to the main mountain peak. But it's a beautiful hike, it's lovely, it's quite an easy one, and it's simple, lovely scenery. And on the way up, there's lots of different spots you can sit and stop at. So I got to the peak and I was sat up there for a while. I was away from some other people who were sat on more of the entrance to the mountaintop, and I was on the other end. I didn't realize there was loads of people up there because I thought I had the peak to myself. And it wasn't until I started walking down, I was like, oh, there's people here, because I sat on the other side. But I love that. I don't want the same footage as other people, so I do it from a different angle, different perspective. That's very much my type of photography and what I like to do, and videography the same. So anyway, as it started to get a bit busier on the top, I headed back down and decided to get some more footage lower down, because there was someone else up there who decided to fly their drone, like, how dare they, for my mountain. And I was like, oh no. Because the problem I thought is, like, if two people are flying drones, you're gonna crash into each other. It's like, you must, like, I don't know how you're meant to avoid each other. If you have tips on this, let me know, drop it below, but I don't know how you are meant to avoid someone in the sky. So I decided to be sensible and remove myself from this unpredictable situation and take footage from lower down. And I'm glad I did, because I got some really beautiful, lovely, stunning sunset footage, which I'm really, really happy with. And then on the way down, I decided to stay until like last light, just enjoying the scenery, not just with my drone, but just sitting there and enjoying it. And I was walking down at dusk, and the essence or leftover, the remnants from the sunset were like illuminating all the clouds on this beautiful cloud inversion, and it was just stunning. It was so beautiful, and I was just walking like, this is just the best thing in the world. And I was just so grateful for life in that moment. I was like, thank you for this beautiful moment. And I was just walking along with my head torch off, because I was like, I can see in the dark. And in the end, I bumped into a couple who I think watch my vlogs, and they've commented on the last one, but I saw them and I think I made them jump a little bit, because I was just weird walking in the dark. So I'm sorry if I made you jump, but it was just so nice. I didn't want to ruin like my vision for like what I was seeing. It was stunning. So yeah, I highly recommend Pico Ruivo. It probably was one of my favorites out of all the mountaintops I went up. I don't know what it was, I just loved it. It's probably the sunset and walking back I loved more. I love a good hike off a mountain, so it's probably what it was. But anyway, here's the footage, enjoy it. I was there for a while, so I got some stuff in the daytime, and as the sunset came to a close, and it was just fantastic and beautiful. Okay, so that leads me to my last day, which I decided to pop into Funchal. Funchal, why did I say it like that? I don't know why. Because I needed to pop in for a few things. And then on my way back, I did the back roads up to Pico Arieiro again, because I just felt like it. But unfortunately, on this day, although there was a cloud inversion, it was so windy. And I tried to release Wallace, the drone, Wallace II, which is my drone's name. And it was like, it couldn't fly. So a bit like today, really. So what I did was I decided to just enjoy the sunset, do some photography, and I decided to drop down in the pass and get some footage on the way back down instead. And I'm really glad I did, because I got some stunning cloud inversions again. And it was great. It was so nice and so beautiful. And you had those true sunset tones over the clouds. And it was just incredible. And I should add, on this whole vlog, this one in particular, I shot in 4K, 60p, H.265, and just kept my mist filter on, which is a Freewell mist filter. Simple, I quite like it like that. And the reason why I shoot in 60p is I quite like to have my footage slightly slowed down. And I normally have my footage on a 24p timeline, as I've got this vlog footage is 24p, so I have to merge them in that respect. And I also shoot in normal mode, not cine mode, when I'm doing vast and big landscapes, because I find when I shoot in cine mode for vast landscapes, you can't tell the movement, you can't notice it. So for me, normal mode is fine, because it's that faster pace. Whereas if I'm shooting somewhere like this with forests and something a bit tighter fitted in, then I'd shoot in cine mode to have that slowed down and that careful control. But on vast landscapes now, I don't need to, I just shoot in normal mode. That's what I like to do. So on that note, I was about to shut this off and I realized I hadn't even shown you the footage yet. Enjoy the last bit of footage and then I'll give you my summary and what's going to happen moving forward. Enjoy. Okay, folks, that is the end of this Madeira specific drone series. I do have another series, which I haven't finished yet, but that's on back-to-back with this in that in those series, I will have the drone and photography from my drone, not just the cinematic side of things, which I thought I'd just condense because it's quite nice just to see the drone stuff, really. So if you are interested in those vlogs, check them out on my page. They'll be under Madeira travel photography vlogs, maybe. I don't know, I can't remember what I've got them as. They'll be on there. And I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've, I don't know, just seen the growth throughout my journey in Madeira and my confidence grown on my trip, because I've not been flying my drone for very long. I had it back in winter last year and lost it because of an eagle, and then a big gap, and I've just been flying it now again. So I'm still quite relatively new to this. So don't take my word as like I'm just learning myself. And I think that's the key message I just say to anyone, is just to try, give it a go, see what happens. I didn't think I'd be flying my drone through Madeira, over clouds and doing stuff like that. And it's amazing where I think if you just have a little bit of belief in yourself, where your journey in photography and videography can really take you. And this isn't just exclusive to drones, it's exclusive or open to anything. And I really mean that. So just give your best shot and see how it goes, and just give it a try. That's what I've done, and I'm really happy with it. And that's the main thing. So I don't know where my next adventure is gonna be. I'll be honest, I've had no plans for any adventures. I've been taking a bit of a hiatus and just enjoying some time for me, I'll be honest with you. I've not thought about travel or anything. I've just been taking my time for myself, and also doing some other side projects behind the scenes for other people, which has been my goal this year, which has been really lovely. So I don't know what I'm doing next or where I'm going to be next, but what I will do is provide you, because I'm so kind, because people have asked for this, I will do a editing tutorial video on how I edit my videography and photography in DaVinci Resolve and in Adobe Lightroom, because why not? I'll show you the madness of behind my editing and behind the scenes, and hopefully that will help anyone out there. And if there's anything else you'd like to know or to see a video of, drop a comment below and I might just do it, because it's nice to do stuff that's useful for people to have. So yeah, let me know anyway. Anyway, on that note, I will get going. Thank you very much for watching this whole series. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've learned something or found it useful and fun. That's the main thing. We like fun on this channel. That's what I'm about. Anyway, I'll go. I'm a bit hyper. So just remember, stay you, stay awesome, stay wild, and stay free. And until next time, you wonderful people, goodbye for now. Bye-bye. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem, it's me. Seascape photography, or but I don't know how something like no one's just walked to the middle of me going, hi, welcome back to the wild. Yeah, okay. Oh, bloody hell. So this is Eric, everyone. This is my beautiful little boy. He's beautiful, hey? That's got very bright all of a sudden. Okay, it's right in my face, but whatever. Eric, come here, sausage. Quick, come here. I don't know why this gets him back. Come here. Oh, he's running. Good boy. It's me. Hi. And on that note, my dog is running off. Otherwise, he stands on the edge of things. Makes me nervous. Do you want a stick? Oh, wee. Oh, don't run away from it. Sorry, I'm really hyper today.